Hailing from a very noble and wealthy family, Ahmad was born around 1805 in Yazd. Leaving his family home at a young teen age, Ahmad set out with only a small amount of belongings and without his parents' blessing to search for the promised Qaim. Traveling from village to village through India and back to Kashan, he found success as a businessman, but no promised Qaim. Until after a 25-year search, Ahmad became friends with a Babi named Haji Mirza Jani. As the number of Babis increased, so too did the mission to stop the spread. This forced Ahmad to hide in a tower for 40 days until he scaled the city walls and fled to Baghdad, where Baha'u'llah was in exile. For 6 years, he stayed in a house next to Baha'u'llah. When Baha'u'llah was banished to Constantinople, Baha'u'llah asked Ahmad to stay in Baghdad and teach the community. For years, they remained separated. Yet again, Ahmad left his home to find Baha'u'llah now living in Adrianople. But Baha'u'llah sends a message to Ahmad to stop, to end his journey, and to promote the teachings throughout Persia. This desire came to Ahmad in today's Arabic Tablet of Ahmad. He is the King, the all-knowing, the wise. Lo, the nightingale of paradise singeth upon the twigs of the tree of eternity with holy and sweet melodies, proclaiming to the sincere ones the glad tidings of the nearness of God, calling the believers in the divine unity to the court of the presence of the generous one, informing the severed ones of the message which hath been revealed by God, the King, the glorious, the peerless, guiding the lovers to the seat of sanctity and to this resplendent beauty. Verily, this is that most great beauty, foretold in the books of the messengers, through whom truth shall be distinguished from error, and the wisdom of every command shall be tested. Verily, he is the tree of life, that bringeth forth the fruits of God, the exalted, the powerful, the great. O Ahmad, bear thou witness that verily he is God, and there is no God but him, the King, the Protector, the Incomparable, the Omnipotent, and that the one whom he hath sent forth by the name of Ali was the true one from God, to whose commands we are all conforming. Say, O people, be obedient to the ordinances of God, which have been enjoined in the Bayan by the glorious, the wise one. Verily, he is the King of the messengers, and his book is the mother book, did ye but know. Thus doth the nightingale utter his call unto you from this prison. He hath but to deliver this clear message. Whosoever desireth, let him turn aside from this counsel, and whosoever desireth, let him choose the path to his Lord. O people, if ye deny these verses, by what proof have ye believed in God? Produce it, O assemblage of false ones. Nay, by the one in whose hand is my soul, they are not, and never shall be able to do this, even should they combine to assist one another. O Ahmad, forget not my bounties while I am absent. Remember my days during thy days, and my distress and banishment in this remote prison. And be thou so steadfast in my love, that thy heart shall not waver, even if the swords of the enemy's rain blows upon thee, and all the heavens and the earth arise against thee. Be thou as a flame of fire to my enemies, and a river of life eternal to my loved ones, and be not of those who doubt. And if thou art overtaken by affliction in my path, or degradation for my sake, be not thou troubled thereby. Rely upon God, thy God and the Lord of thy fathers. For the people are wandering in the paths of delusion, bereft of discernment to see God with their own eyes, or hear his melody with their own ears. Thus have we found them, as thou also dost witness. Thus have their superstitions become veils between them and their own hearts, and kept them from the path of God, the exalted, the great. Be thou assured in thyself that verily he who turns away from this beauty hath also turned away from the messengers of the past, and showeth pride towards God from all eternity to all eternity. Learn well this tablet, O Ahmad, chant it during thy days, and withhold not thyself therefrom. For verily, God hath ordained for the one who chants it the reward of 100 martyrs and a service in both worlds. These favors have we bestowed upon thee as a bounty on our part and a mercy from our presence, that thou mayest be of those who are grateful. By God, should one who is in affliction or grief read this tablet with absolute sincerity, God will dispel his sadness, solve his difficulties, and remove his afflictions. Verily, he is the merciful, the compassionate. Praise be to God, the Lord of all the worlds. Then encourage for us all who dwell within the city of God, the King, the glorious, the magnificent, of those who believe in God, and in whom God shall raise on the day of resurrection, and uphold the truth unto those who earnestly seek.
السلطان العليم الحكيم. هذه بركات الفردوس تغني على الأفنان سدرة البقاء بالحن قدس مالح وتبشر المخلصين إلى جوار الله والموحدين إلى سخط القرب كريم وتخبر المنكتئين بهذا النبأ الذي فصل من نبأ الله الملك العزيز الفريد وتهدي المحبين إلى مقعد القدس ثم إلى هذا المنظر المنير قل إن هذا المنظر الأكبر الذي ستر في الألواح المرسلين وبه يفصل الحق عن الباطل ويفرق كل أمر حكيم قل إنه لشجر روحي الذي أثمر بفواكه الله العلي المقتدر العظيم أن يا أحمد فاشهد بأنه هو الله لا إله إلا هو السلطان المهيمن العزيز القدير والذي أرسله باسم علي هو الحق من عند الله وإن كل بأمره لمن العاملين قل يا قوم فاتبعوا حدود الله التي فرزت في البيان من لدن عزيز حكيم قل إنه لسلطان الرسول وكتاب لا الكتاب إن أنتم من العارفين كذلك يذكركم الورقاء في هذا السجن وما إليه إلا بلاغ المبين فمن شاء فليريد عن هذا النص ومن شاء فاتخذ إلى ربه سبيلا قل لكم إن تكفروا بهذه الآيات فبأي حجة آمنتم بالله من قبل فأتوا بها يا ملل الكاذبين لا فوالذي نفسي بيده لن يقدروا ولن يستطيعوا ولو يكون بعضهم لبعض ظهير أن يا أحمد لا تنسى الفضل في الغيبات ثم ذكر أيامي في أيامك ثم كرباتي والقربات في هذا السجن البعيد وكن مستقيما في الحب بحيث لن يوحل قلبك ولو تضرب بسيوف الأعداء ويمنعك كل من في السماوات والأراضين وكن كشعلة النار للأعداء وقطار البكاء لأحبائي ولا تكن من الممترين وإن يمسك حزن في السبيل أو زلات لأجل اسمي لا تستريب فتوكل على الله ربك وربي آبائك الأولين لأن الناس يمشون في سبل الوهم وليس لهم من بصر ليعرفوا الله بعيونهم أو يسمعوا نغماته بآذانهم وكذلك أشهدناهم إن أنت من الشاهدين. كذلك خلت الظنون بينهم وقلوبهم وتملأهم عن سبل الله علي العظيم. وإنك أنت حكيم في ذاتك بأن الذي أراز فقد أراز عن الرسول من قبل ثم استكبر على الله في أزل الأزل إلى الأبد الآبدين. فاحفظ يا أحمد هذا الله ثم اقرأه في أيامك ولا تكن من الصابرين، فإن الله قد قدر ذكره أجر 100 شهيد ثم عبادة ثقلين. كذلك مننا عليك بفضل من عندنا ورحمة من لدنا لتكون من الشاكرين. فوالله من كان في شدة أو حزن ويقرأ هذا الله بصدق مبين يرفع الله حزنه ويكشف ضره ويفرج كربه، وإنه لهو الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين. ثم ذكر من لدنا كل من سكن في مدينة الله ملك العزيز الجميل من الذين هم آمنوا بالله وبالذي يبعثه الله في اليوم القيامة وكانوا على من